you're here. I'm pleased, I really feel your company. Your style, your smile, your pace mentality. Lord, have mercy on me. I was blind, now I can see what a king's supposed to be.
Excuse me, miss. I was in the waiting room when you gave your testimony. And what I realized is that we have an enemy in common. While you were being called to the office again, I was being put out the only home I've ever known. While you were shaking with anxiety and fear over something no one ever wants to hear, I was shaking in dread. Because we all know what happens to little girls that have no home and no one to claim them. I think our souls passed each other by. See, my soul left me a long time ago in a dingy motel room, ripped away by brutal force. It fled, unable to find its way back home.
Historical people, who would you want in your seat and why?
Wow. I guess because I'm different. You know, I'm not really starstruck. And so it would be hard to really pinpoint anybody in particular. First person that just came to my mind, you know, I mean, if I had an opportunity to cut Denzel, you know, I would.
That's a good one.
I'd do that.
That would be a dope conversation.
Exactly.
How important is diversity in your work, considering you grew up in a bilingual, bicultural home?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very important. I think at this point, just in society, there's just so much diversity. You know, whether it be in language, whether it be in your upbringing, whether it be, you know, whatever that is. And so I think growing up in, you know, a bilingual household as well as really a bicultural, despite the fact that, you know, my parents are you know, both of Hispanic descent, but growing up in two different cultures of, you know, very traditional values in the home and very different, and sometimes similar values, right, outside of the home, but in different ways, right?
Yeah.
And so,
he tests those whom he loves. I pray he continues to love me till my death. I pray he continues testing me and testing me and testing me until I have no questions left. Until I can ingest knowledge and choke on lies and spit out truth with every breath. But you see, until love for what he loves and hate for what he hates is the only thing that's left within my chest. I know that I will constantly fight to love what's right because I was created with a heart that sits slightly to the left. But I'm okay with that. Because I always knew and always know that he knows exactly what is best. You see, he knew that it would only be a matter of time before I would open my eyes and finally realize that I needed to look deep down inside and pull out the divide so that my heart and my mind would collide and learn to work together.
What's good, Forest Hill and Everman family, online community. We are back for another fire episode. This is Ordinary Conversations with Extraordinary People as we continue our series, Business 101, aka Standing on Business, man. We got an amazing guest for you guys on today, man. It's a brother that I had the chance to meet here recently at a poetry and music event, man. He's dope, man. He's a well-rounded dude, man. He got some lyrics for you guys. And so without further ado, I got to give my brother a nice introduction. He is a dynamic soul hip-hop artist. He has the ability to intertwine captivating melodies with profound lyrics. He's also a creative force through soulful beats and distinctive style. He also has an EP entitled Brooks Playlist that was created through the love for his daughter at a young and also young generation back in 2015. But he also has a new project out entitled While I Was Here, Volume 1. As y'all can see, yeah, I'm rocking rocking the merch. Also, as well, outside of the music space, he's also in the fashion. He also has a unique clothing line entitled Don't Say Bad Words Apparel, and I definitely want to get into that. Without further ado, y'all put some fire in the chat, put some hand claps in the chat, man, for my brother, Shoose Mcgee.
How y'all doing? I hope y'all feeling great. It's a great time to be alive. I go by Shoose Mcgee, man, hip-hop artist from Henderson, Texas. And I want to do a few records for you off my new project titled While I Was Here. This first one we get into is called Mars, man. I hope y'all enjoy it.
The scientific research and experimentation that led up to the development of this machine was started way back in the 20th century.
Yeah. Them keys sound beautiful, right? Yeah. With you I get more high than the most high. Your soul fly, seems like we're underneath the low sky. The most gorgeous thing that I've seen out of both eyes. Let's fall in love and learn the meaning of when doves cry. You're the only one I wanna be consumed with. Share a room with, hell, even jump a broomstick. Go to the moon with, because you're sweeter than acoustic music. Sounds coming out of a guitar. Why are you thus far? You're so lunar, or is it lunar? You're on my mind like cancerous brain tumors. 'Tis the season, give me a reason to put her goddess in your sonar. Ram, reading, when we conceiving. Let's have faith in us so we can give the human something to believe in. Baby, just breathe in, I'm never leaving, I'm never cheating. I figured that you was the one that I was needing. Send me to another realm without dreaming. You're my opposite, even my even. Who is gonna make it feel like you're queeving on Venus? I'm a genius with my phallus. 17 light years from your palace. I had to add the distance up using calculus. It won't ever add up to the love that I have for you. So I came a long way from Mars. I traveled through the comments just to get to where you are. I bet the beings on Saturn never ever teleported thus far. And we can run to the sun, we can make love in the stars. Stars, She has me latching. They tell me that women can be distractions, but words never speak louder than actions. Even in the action movie closed caption, that's what me rapping. I get off track and I hate it when that happens. I be you captain. We on our way to Orion's back, grab your seatbelt and get it strapped in. There is no traffic, and if you know about astrology, then what's the equivalent to Orion's belt? You be lying if you told someone that you ain't know how heaven felt, girl. Now stick your hand out the window, baby, tell me how the Big Dipper feel. I didn't know Planet Nebaru had a bunch of mountains and hills, but you see this all the time, so to you it's really not that much of a big deal. Have a picnic on Jupiter, then go to Pluto and chill. Go to sleep and wake up, then I let you take over the wheel, girl. Watch that star. Forget it, girl, park. Cause only love can bring us this far. I came a long way from Mars.
And that too troubled you while you searched for me. You wondered what it was you wanted, but you couldn't puzzle it out. You merely knew that you wanted something. Something. It was me you wanted. And that's when I came to meet you.
So I came a long way from Mars. I traveled through the comments just to get to where you are. I bet the beings on Saturn never ever teleported thus far. And we can run to the sun, we can make love in the stars. The stars? Oh, so let me be a universe, Mother Nature. No more rain should ever fall from those skies. So let me be a universe, Mother Nature. No more tears should ever fall from those eyes. Let's make space look like the 4th of July. The 4th of July, oh.
Let's
Let's make space look like the 4th of July. Oh.
Let's make space look like the 4th of July. Let's make space look like the 4th of July.
4th of July.
July. Let me be a universe, Mother Nature. Mother Nature.
No more rain should ever fall from those skies.
So let me be a universe, Mother Nature. Mother Nature.
No more tears should ever fall from those eyes.
Let's make space look like the
4th of July.
The 4th of July. Oh.
Let's make space look like the 4th of July. Oh. Let's make space look like the 4th of July. Oh.
That's the Marcus Leon and Paris Del Marco y'all hear in the background. The male and female vocalists.
4th of July. Send the fireworks down through the sky. Oh.
So that record is titled Mars, man, produced by Mcgee out of New Jersey. The female vocalist Paris Del Marco, the male vocalist Marcus Leon. He helped me write the record. He actually wrote the bridge. We just, having a moment, man, in our creative progression, and we couldn't find no silence within the place that we was at when we was making the record. So we actually came together and we penned that record in the restroom. Pause. You know what I'm saying? But we wrote that record in the restroom, man. We was up in the air, man. So it was one of those things. We actually initially wrote it to Sweetest Thing I Ever Known, Lauryn Hill's record. We wrote it to that beat, and then got with Mcgee, and he said he listened to the lyrics, and he just so happened to have a dream that same night, and the instrumentation that you heard is what came to him. So that's Mars, man. I hope y'all like that. This next joint that we get into is called Are You Still There? Another project, another song off the project While I Was Here, man. I hope y'all like it, man. Let's run it. Yeah. Yeah. Let me hear y'all say, talk your stuff, talk your stuff, talk it. The girls used to love B2K. Yeah. But they love Bow Wow first, so I got braids. Then I seen that Ja Rule video and took it down halfway. Nike gray sweatpant, left leg raised. Wind jacket don't match with the colorway, but it really don't matter with the latest J. Hey, and I got on my big brother chain. I hit the school hallway like a runway. Shawty do I wanna see what I wore today. Let the toilet bell ring, she gon' go to class late. And now she all in attention, trying to garner my attention. Back and forth, a few notes get wrote. Turns into love letters being written. And all night phone calls just sitting. Hello? Are you still there? Let me hear y'all say, talk your stuff, talk your stuff, talk it. We say, talk your stuff, talk your stuff, talk it. In the library, like, talk your stuff, talk your stuff, talk it. We say, talk your stuff, talk your stuff, talk it. Boys been hating on me since grade school, and ain't nothing changed when I turned 32. Young prophet survived through his Jesus year. To grow old and wise without death is a fear, is a task for the real. I pray I see my son make it over the hill, so I can tell my grandbabies how they make me feel. If God will, let my daddy see 80 something for real. God's will for me on earth is familiar. I might just put up a bill and do what I feel. When God's will for me on earth is fulfilled, I can die at peace knowing that I have lived the timeline from sunrise to sunset of obituaries getting shorter. Parents dying with their only kids, stuff's out of order. I was supposed to die a martyr, but I raised my daughter when they didn't think I oughta. How you a full-time artist, full-time father? I just put my head down and kept going harder. I ain't looked up yet. Sometimes you gotta see your goals up ahead or get a crook in your neck. You gotta know what's next. Looking at my life like God ain't done with me yet. Never left my side, but I can't lie, sometimes I check. I hit my knees, bow my head, let my palms stretch as I express. Hello? Hello? God, are you still there? You know what God told me? He said, boy, you better talk your stuff, talk your stuff, talk it. You better talk your stuff, talk your stuff, talk it. So that's Are You Still There? That's like my ode to hip hop. You know, I know hip hop was created in New York or whatever or whatnot, but I do not have Rakim, KRS-One in my top 5. You know, I got people like Nelly, Young Dro, Snoop Dogg in my top 5, of course, you know what I'm saying? But that was my ode to hip hop, like how I came up when I was privileged to understand what hip hop was. Ja Rule was the hottest rapper at the time, so you know, even just seeing him come down with taking his braids halfway down in the video, and what would I be without you? You know what I'm saying? That was I loved it. That made me fall in love with hip hop. Young Dro made me feel like I could be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Are You Still There is basically about, like my ode to hip hop. This next record we get into is called State of Emergency, produced by Black Season. Yeah. Already. Yeah. Yeah. Just play the motherfucker, please. For me. Yeah. Chin up, eyes forward when you chasing paper. God only favors the real and risk takers. You can focus on the appeal of buying acres. Still shake your hand, but it's gonna cost you for a favor. And I wouldn't treat you no different if you charge me. If you got kids like I got kids, man, they gotta eat. And the Happy Meals ain't as cheap as they used to be. So let me get a double cheese, a couple clogged arteries. Now tell me what the cost be. High cholesterol, hypertension, maybe diabetes, cancer treatment. Man, grow up and grow your own food like Granny used to. Pick the head of cabbage out my garden late this afternoon. Sprinkle a little slap, your mama season it be slapping too. And I went hunting for my dear stew. So what really would make you think I fear you? Got the local taxidermy on speed dial. You go good in my trophy room, I see it now, my easiest kill. And it didn't hardly take me no skill. These boys really ain't real, these women barely bad basic. Because you bought a new butt, you still whack, face it. The streets is raging, can't even die in peace no more, they want a center stage. If George Floyd would still be around, they put their phone down and help them out. Wonder did his mama hear him calling out? They probably both chilling with Big Poke now, saying you wanna be where you are. If the god darn guard performed CPR, or was he a cop with police brutality? How could I be your op? It's a state of emergency, Lord, will it ever stop? That state of emergency. That's man, I appreciate that. That's another deep cut off of While I Was Here, produced by Black Seas. How it was just the presence of mind when the record set the tone. Usually I'm hands on with my producers, but Black Seas sent me that one, and it just set the tone for how I wanted to go in, like that. Another police brutality was going on, so I can't remember exactly which one at the time when I wrote the record, but it wasn't George Floyd, even though, you know, I spoke on him, God rest the dead, and his beautiful mother. I just felt like it just invoked me to speak passionately about what's going on, and not even just police brutality, but the health, you know, what we should make a state of emergency in our lives as African American people, even eating right, things of that nature, how we treat each other. You know, that was what I wanted to prevail and provoke creatively in that record. So that state of emergency, all of those records on my new project called While I Was Here on ShoosMcgee.com. It's not on all platforms yet. I wanted to do it exclusively there because I wanted to be hand to hand with my fans, my true fans. I wanted to see who they really are before, you know, I put it on all platforms. It will be on all platforms, but I wanted to go direct to consumer. The streams, they killing us, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to see a little bit of what I worked hard for, and I wanted to earn it first off before I put it on all streaming platforms. So while I was here out now, Volume 1 on ShoosMcgee.com. So check it out. ShoosEmcgee.com. Let me know, tap in, tell me about it. When you go get that joint, I want to hear it. I want to hear what y'all think about it, man.
Oh, no, you good. You good. You good. Once again, another hand clap from our brother, man. That was amazing. That was fire. I got to see it close hand a couple months ago, man. That was amazing. Without further ado, I'm not gonna hold the audience. We're finna get to some good Q&A, man. Some good questions for our audience, our online communities, kind of get to know who Shoose is and moving forward. So y'all bear with us.
Good, I got you.
Yeah, let me take care of you.
My brother got to take care of you.
Yeah, you're right. All right. We are back. Ordinary conversations with extraordinary people. With your host with the most, Willie Beeman, man. I just had the chance and the privilege to listen to my brother, man, Shoose Mcgee.
Absolutely.
Got a chance to meet over a couple of months ago at a dope event, man.
For real.
You know, it was amazing. And so I always like to set the groundwork. A lot of people to kind of share who they are, their upbringing, their childhood before we get into the meat and potatoes. So take a few moments, man, and share with our online community who you are, your upbringing, your childhood, and what led you to where you are now.
For sure, man. I'm Shoose Mcgee once again. I'm a hardcore rap artist that they just had perform at this fine Forest Hill Library. No, man. Man, I was born in East Texas, man. Henderson to be exact, but being in within a blended family, like, you know, going back and forth from living with my mom to living with my dad, pops out on the West Coast in Cali, you know, from time to time, just being able to see parts of the world that, you know, my counterparts weren't privy to.
Yeah.
Kind of gave me a little bit of extra flavor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But as far as when I got into music, man, I started, I always could rap, you know, freestyle, you know, coming from,
I remember the freestyle.
you know, coming from Texas, man, being, you know, Houston, I'm gonna come down, I'm gonna come up, you know.
Yeah.
I always been able to do that, but, you know, my background had a lot of dance and theater as well, you know, so being into the entertainment and arts was something I've always been interested in, you know what I'm saying? I longed to do that, you know. That was always the thing I said I was gonna be an entertainer since I was a young Thundercat, you know what I'm saying?
That's good.
And just being able to have the confidence and belief in myself to, whenever I got a chance to embark on it, to put my foot forth on the path to be an entertainer. It started out in college. A few of my friends, they were making music in the closets.
Wow.
You know, I went to Tarrant County College in Arlington. Shout out to Roman, man, Ramon and Houston. Ramon had the studio equipment at his house at his mama crib, man.
Yeah.
Couple more cats, man. T-Real, Raheem Valentine, man. T-Real, they all of those cats, they was cool with the stanky leg guys. They had,
yeah, I remember them.
you know, they had records. They would go to the skating rings and the parties, and they, you know, they was the headlining acts. And, you know, I seen what they did, and I was like, you know, I want that. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't make no club music and no party music to save my life at that time, you know. And then I just decided, man, I'm just gonna rap about what I'm going through in my life, and it just hit.
the people who listen to the music, they loved it. I mean, people long for reality rap, I guess you would call it.
Yeah.
And then, it started there. I would say I turned professional in 2014 when I dropped my first mixtape featuring all original songs.
Yeah.
Initially, I was just doing songs that had other rappers or other singers or other artists' beats, kind of just like jacking for beats, you know what I'm saying? But 2014, we dropped The Great Depression, and it took off from there, man. And I just caught fire, man. People was loving what I did. They loved, me on top of sample beats, just the soul, the reality of it, speaking about what's going on. Everybody don't drink codeine, you know what I'm saying? Everybody don't, kill people or, feel like the disrespecting of women all the time. So, I was the voice of the little people in a sense, you know what I'm saying? People who do regular stuff. I just had my way of being able to make great songs about it. And then, we here now.
Yeah.
Man.
Wow, that's amazing.
Absolutely.
When was your first gig? I know you said you had a love for music and the dance. Do you remember
as far as
the music goes?
Music goes, my first gig was at a lady named Sophia in Longview, Texas. Had it was like a beauty. I forgot the name of it, but it was like a beauty show.
Yeah.
So they had barbers and things like that, and I just happened, me and another group, we happened to be the only musical acts on the bill. So that was the first time I actually performed as a hip hop artist at Sophia's beauty show. I don't know if that was the actual name. Shout out to her for even allowing some hardcore rap music.
Yeah.
And at that time, there was profanity everywhere. I've gotten as great as I am, as of recent years, like being able to make projects like Books Playlist without profanity or sexual slurs of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Like it took a lot of reading books. You know what I'm saying? Getting off in that dictionary to expand my vocabulary,
your vocab,
to be able to make songs that was cool enough that people didn't even read. Oh, he didn't say no cuss words in this song, but that was my first time getting down like in front of a group of people. That I killed it, and it went on from there, man.
Facts.
Absolutely.
You mentioned books that you were reading to expand your vocab and your lyricism. At that time, what books were you reading to make sure that your craft was going to the next level?
Absolutely. It's gonna be a bunch of shout outs in this, man. Just because of what was put into me, you know what I'm saying, to become that. Like I remember I was managed by two cats named Barlene and Jeff Garrett. Barlene was a rapper from my hometown who had previous success with a group called USC, and they took the studio aspect out of the equation for me. I completed my first mixtape called One's One. So working on my second one, One's Two, they took the studio aspect out of me, and they was like, you need to read books. So the first book that he gave me was Breaking the Chains of Psychological Slavery by Neem Akbar.
Ooh.
So thinking about it, that's your first book.
Yeah,
like,
that's crazy.
Not even that my pops, he made me read all the time, but like that was one of those books that just expanded the mind and helped me become a greater black man. Like know who I was. It helped me know who I was.
Yeah.
African American in America. You know what I'm saying? And that book was the first one that was like, all right. Yeah. And then, coming after that, Think and Grow Rich.
That's a book I still have to read. I have it.
And it's lovely, man. As a Man Thinketh, for a Laws of Power, Art of Seduction. Those are some of my favorites. At that time and space that I was in. Like I read those all in that year.
Wow.
And that was awesome. 2012. Yeah, so that it just not only did it just spark something in me to want to be better, it also sparked my imagination.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. For you, what does it mean to be a soul hip hop artist? What does that mean personally to you?
Man, they say things of the nature like you want to attract a different level of success, or you want material things, or you want something all at once, you can sell your soul to the devil or whatever or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I don't really believe that, but I do believe like every time I utter a word, my soul is coming through. I make music from the soul specifically.
I'm
You
with
know what I'm saying? So I'm selling my soul every time you hear me on these beats. My music will outlive me. So when I'm not here no more, my soul will still be in these records that these people
I love it.
are loving to listen to, or if they new to it, they can be able to feel a piece of me, a piece of my spirit, a piece of my soul every time I say a bar or utter one. So that's kind of my take on it. Like, I'm selling soul.
Yeah.
I'm selling my own soul, but not to the devil, to the people
Yeah.
who need it, so they can see that they got rich souls and spirits that
I love it.
live amongst them.
I love it. I love it. In regards to your creative process, how important is vulnerability when it comes to your songwriting?
Man, it's very important. It's very important. Like, songs are made easier when you don't lie. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I've seen rappers have hard times in studios because they telling tall tales or giving falsehoods.
Falsehood. Yeah.
But now I have to be, man. It's so many people going through. You know what I'm saying? What's therapy for me to get off my chest, for others may not be able to even go to a therapist or even rap to have a therapist. So when if I can give them some certain upliftment or therapy through what I'm saying in the music, then I've done my job. You know what I'm saying? I've done what I was supposed to do. Like, that's what I feel like being able to be vulnerable is. You know what I'm saying? You man, sometimes you're not able to meet. You may have to pay rent late. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, yeah. I've been there.
Your car may break down. You need people who say that in records too. You need people to actually tell you what you're going through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you don't have to pick up no drugs or drink no alcohol to be able to go through what you're going through. You can use the music to go through what you're going through.
I love that.
You know
I
what I'm
love
saying?
that. Take a moment to share the backstory of how the EP Brooks Playlist came to life.
For sure. Man, shout out to my daughter, man. My
Shout
beautiful
out.
daughter.
Shout out.
Kirsten Brooke Garrett, man. She made me a man. You know what I'm saying? She made me a man, and she made me reflect on what a man was and what does it take to raise a child. Not only a child, but a daughter, you know what I'm saying? A female. Man, and at that time, I was on the high in my career. Like, I'm fresh off of the Great Depression and Shoose Year 14. I dropped those back to back in the same year.
Yeah.
And I'm going crazy. I'm top 5 underground artist on Say Cheese. You know what I'm saying? I'm on Central Track. I'm on Dallas Observer. Blogs out in Austin and Houston. It's crazy, And I just had to look at the music I was making and see that my daughter, she was a sponge. Not only her, she, you know what I'm saying, she was doing music, freestyling at 4 years old to the point where it was like, man, this is pretty good. She got something. And I remember one of the things that I say in my slang, you'll also see on don'tsaybadwords.com, it's a shirt that say fornicate. So fornicate is my slang for not saying the F word. You know what I'm saying? So I say fornicate to not say the F word. And she was coming up, she was just singing a song. She was making up her own song, and in the present time, she was just saying, come fornicate with me. Come fornicate with me. Over and over. And I was like, okay. Now this is getting serious, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm seeing what's going on. She picking up on everything that I do. So I was like, at that time, creatively, I was like, let me I'm creative enough. Let me make a record for you.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Let me make a record that if I feel good with you singing this. You know what I'm saying?
I respect that.
That's how Brooks Playlist came about. And it was great enough. It wasn't on no A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or number time.
Yeah,
Like it was you wouldn't know it was an album for a child unless we told you. That's how we went about it.
Yeah.
Juco Vibe, Zam Hertz, Ace the Great, the Miners. Those are Juco Vibe. He engineered it and mixed and mastered it. And he's on a few of the songs, singing hooks. And he did production on it. The Miners did production on it. Zam Hertz, Paloma. Those are two artists who song on it. You know, you can hear them all over the record. It's not just my record. We all created it cohesively.
Yeah.
But when we went in to do it, we didn't go in to make a child's record. But we were creative enough that we took out the sexual slurs and the profanity and the violence.
Mm-hmm.
And then we and the producers, like they came up with ways to etch things subconsciously with the production in the mind. Like same way when they say listen to classical music when you going to sleep. You know, they came up with certain tones and things that you go back and you can hear it, and it basically helped raise the IQ level. That's one of the things people don't know about the album. Like we put certain tones, kind of like a dog whistle, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Only a dog can hear it, but we put things within the production to help raise the IQ level for people.
Wow.
So you know what I'm saying? That's how we came with Brooks Playlist.
That's huge. I was also reading one of your articles. I think it was Dallas Observer, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
You were saying how you wanted to make sure that this album wasn't just for children, but for everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you quoted, "I don't want this to be on no Will Smith stuff."
I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't. Not saying corny. I just didn't. I didn't want. I wanted to make music. Still make music, even though I had my daughter at heart making the music. I still wanted to make a great album. Like I want, even when you're not with your kids, you can put it on and you can jam to it. And I think we did a good job at it.
Yeah. Staying on that topic, you quoted in that article as well. She imitates anything that I do.
Oh man.
So for you, talk about the importance of making music that holds a positive substance. Man,
you got to, like, we the new world leaders.
Yeah.
Rappers, you know what I'm saying, especially to our community. They and children are very impressionable. You're looking at the state of hip hop right now. It's who's the most popular rappers? The drill rappers. And you look at what's going on, a bunch of drilling.
Yeah.
So if we told kids to do more things like go to college, they would go to college. And if we told them that if the most popular rapper said this, go to college, they'd go to college.
Mm-hmm.
If the most popular rapper said have wives, they would have wives. Think about it. If Snoop told us about what was really going on in his life and didn't tell us we don't love them hoes or whatever like that, right? And hey, I love my wife Chantel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If Snoop said that in his record,
I see your point.
I think we would have more people following the right of light. But I wanted to do that. I wanted to take the first step at it. If nobody else did, like, even though like I do have, like, even while I was here, it has profanity in it, but there's still a positive connotation within the music, even though some of the words aren't choice.
Yeah.
We have to understand that these children are looking at us and understand that these children are the future.
Yeah.
No matter what, they are the future. And if we, in this generation that we are now, continue to move the way that we move, we won't have a future.
Yeah, I believe it. This song, I believe it's Brooks Playlist. It could be another album. It's a song called Fourth Quarter.
Fourth Quarter. Yeah, man. Fourth Quarter is on Brooks Playlist, man. Yeah. There was another thing. It's about ownership, owning land, being a boss, getting down to the nitty gritty of fourth quarter of business.
Yeah.
So you can have a head start going into the first quarter of the next year. You know what I'm saying? That. And we put it down in a point where children could get it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, adults love it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they like, okay, I pick up what they're throwing down, you know what I'm saying? But the kids were able to, they love it, how to beat, you know, how to beat it. It was one of them joints, you know, how a lot of hard 808s and hi-hats, trap beats that, you know what I'm saying, cats be into. But at the same time, we wanted to put it down for the youth so they can be able to get a head start. It's their fourth quarter without being in the fourth quarter of business. This playlist is basically giving kids a head start on life and being adults.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's just full of game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I can tell. Yeah, that's. I listen to that album.
I want my daughter to be like, if anything happens, you know what I'm saying, to me and my wife, you know what I'm saying, this shit, like, she'll be able to listen to Bruce playlist and make it through life. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted with that record. I think I did what I was supposed to do with that.
Nah, you did a great job with that record, man.
Appreciate it.
I've been jamming that a lot ever since. I met you from the show. I was researching, looking up your music. I'm like, what's Bruce playlist?
That's my favorite project. I've created a few projects after that. I'm still trying to top it.
Yeah.
You know, that's the ceiling for me. You know, it's only 6 or 7 songs, but it's cohesive. It tells a story. All of the records are slappers. You know, it's short and sweet.
Yeah.
I think it's less than 36 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And that's why when I set to make another project, I look at Bruce playlist like I gotta outdo this. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to top because it got so much sentimental value. Sentimental value for me.
It does.
Yeah.
You mentioned when you performing some of the rappers that you looked up to, the Young Joes of the world, the Nellies of the world. But on the soul side, who will be some of those musicians
Now, my favorite artist of all time is D'Angelo, man.
Ooh.
Yeah, man.
I can see that.
I love D'Angelo, man. Like even he coming out of me in my latest work.
Yeah.
Like, you know, tracks like Thinking of You.
That's the one I was just
getting
saying.
Like he embodied it. I just remember being in the studio creating it. And Tony Snow, he's also the artist on it, but he engineered the record. So he pushed me to do that. Cause initially, you know, it was, you know, when I hit the first high note and it was like, you know, I laughed like, I ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? He was like, nah, get back up to the mic. You need to do that. You need to do that. You need to do it.
Well,
and it just came to me, and then, you know, all the harmonies and basically watching documentaries and interviews about D'Angelo and people who work with D'Angelo in his process, like that helped me learn how to create those harmonies and how to go about making a record like that and the records like that thus far. So definitely him, man, and my dad, man. That's, you know, that's one of his favorite artists as well. So
D'Angelo.
Like, yeah, man. Yeah. We listen to Brown Sugar for like 3 summers. You know.
We got a question.
Come on with it.
She said, "What are the rappers for those that are 50 and above?" I'm assuming that's what her question was.
Oh, right.
Is that right, Ms. Jackie?
Right here. Right here. It's an ageless dynamic. Me. You know, I make music.
I believe your music can
it does. I can't say I make music for everybody.
Right.
Because, you know, that's a lie. If I told you that. Because I would just make music to get on the radio or to go #1. If I, you know what I'm saying? Which I do make music for that, but I definitely make music for me. You know what I'm saying? For what I'm going through in life and things of the nature. But of course, when I make a fun record, I make a fun record. But for people over 50, they definitely can listen to my music. You know, it's about reality. It's not too much just even what I said and Are You Still There? You know? You know what I'm saying? I pray my daddy see 80. You know, if God will, I might just put up a bill hoping I can still wipe my butt and feed myself a meal.
Facts. Yeah.
People over 50.
Reality. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's for them, you know? So, definitely my approach at it is human.
Yeah.
We are humans. Like, to be able to touch all age groups, do that. You know, you want people over 50 want young artists to respect something.
Yeah.
You know, I respect my sisters. You know what I'm saying? My women out here in the world. I respect my brother. I want to see younger brothers get over the hill. I want to see them live to see 50.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see women being degraded.
Mm-mm.
You know, it ain't. I don't have no videos out there where, you know, it's a bunch of women gyrating and things that
Yeah. I've seen your videos.
Most of them, if I have a female in my video, it's one leading lady. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about ownership and having things, being able to look out for the next generation that's coming up.
Yeah.
So I can definitely say positively, I make music for people over 50 for sure. So if you're looking for anybody over 50, you're looking for some rap music to listen to, tap in the Shoose, Mcgee. I got you.
And she also says, do you have any camps for new rappers? Do you do any, I guess, mentorship in a sense?
I do a lot of mentorship. We actually about to get ready to do one called Rap, Reading, Art, and Poetry. But it's more so for the youth. You know, I love my up and coming artists. You know, but you know, if you grown already, go on get it, dog. You know what I'm saying? Get it out the mud. But I gotta look out for the youth because they are the most impressionable, and they looking at us rappers and they want to know how. So with the camp, it shows them basically how to get in it as an independent artist. Start being able to pick up pennies. You know, right? Like as an artist, you can pick up 7 checks. You know what I'm saying? Your pros, that's the BMI Performance Rights Organization. That's the BMI, the ASCAP. Then you got your digital distribution. That's with your Spotify, your Apple Music. Yeah. Then you have your mechanical royalties, right, and rights and things of that nature. That's your sound scan and all those different things. It's a lot of, I can go on and on about it. Being able to edit your own music videos, edit your own music. You know, basically just until you get to the point where you are looked at by major labels, you can do it independently, and that's what we showing with Reading, Arts, and Poetry Rap program.
I love that. And then she also said, any regular locations, I guess, that people can see you or follow you? What are some normal spots that you normally perform?
Man, I've done DTXU a handful of times. Colors and Covers.
Oh yes, Colors and Covers. That's why I met you.
Absolutely. I'm always getting down in Deep Ellum. Funky Town and Fort Worth.
You know what it is.
I just did a festival out in Fort Worth this in the early spring, man. It was lovely, man. I'm actually supposed to be going back out there. Bars Matter. I'll be at there at Bars Matter in August. In Fort Worth. Yeah, I forgot the venue, but I'm pretty sure we'll let them know when it drops.
Yeah, we'll let them know.
But and you ain't too many places where you can't find me at. You know, I'm not hard to find. And then like money isn't the motive for me.
Yeah.
You know, of course I take paid shows and I do free shows. I got merch, so I'm always get paid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, I want the people to see me. Like I feel like even when I reach the mainstream level, I still would be one of those artists peeking his head in through the open mics. Let me get down because I want people to know that, you know, man, it's not too far from here to there.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm still human. I still want to be impactful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to get. I can't get too big for God, so I don't want to get too big for my coming folk.
I love it. You just mentioned fashion, so let's go ahead and
for sure.
that segue.
Share
with our viewers, man, our online community, how you came up with the brand. Don't say bad words.
Don't say bad words. We piggyback on the Fornicate shirt. That was the I've been doing merch since my inception of me rapping, but it was just, you know, Shoose Mcgee shirts. I am Shoose Mcgee or different things, stuff that I said in raps. And then back in 2019, we came up with the Fornicate shirt. I used to wear barrettes in my head.
I noticed, some
And
of your content.
one of my partners was like, man, you need to make your own Daisy barrettes and sell them. You know what I'm saying? And that was a dope idea. I just didn't see myself selling barrettes to little girls. And there was an artist named Brenda. She Golden Child Art. And she was kicking it out at our studio, the Coast Studios. We were all over in Irving, and she had a few sketches. And then my man Byron Portly was thinking about just the daisy. He was like, you need to put your face in the daisy. You know what I'm saying? He just kept saying that you need to put your face in the daisy. I'm like, man, and all this stuff was just coming together. Then just Eureka happened. I was just like, you know what? You know how when you in school and you turn in your rough draft, if you misspell something, you put the correct spelling over what you X'd out. And so we was like, we're going to X out the F word, and we're going to put fornicate on top of it. And we're going to put my face in the daisy as the dot and the I in the word fornicate. So that's how that logo spawned. And then me and the team, we went to South by Southwest. All of us wore the fornicate shirts and went viral. And we was calling the brand Say Fornicate for the longest. We turned it from a merch item to a clothing brand.
Wow. So
it was like Say Fornicate, you know what I'm saying? We were selling Say Fornicate merch. And then it was just like, it was still iffy. I wanted people to, I wanted people to understand the premises of saying fornicate. So it was like, what's the premises? It was like, don't say bad words. And another Eureka moment, don't say bad words apparel.
Yeah.
And so we searched the trademark .us to see if it was available. It was still available. So we got don'tsaybadwords.com and don't say bad words for the trademark for the brand. So that's how Don't Say Bad Words, the clothing brand, has spawned. And when people wear put on the merch, I always want them to feel like they can be fly, they can step outside, be clean. Somebody they gonna turn heads, but at the same time, they gonna put something on people's mind.
Message.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
So that's what Don't Say Bad Words apparel is about.
That's dope. We got another one.
Come on, I love questions.
When are you having a fashion show?
Come on. I'm actually I'm working on one. I want to do one in my hometown, Henderson, Texas. Either definitely after July, so in between August and October.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, right? Because I want to come down for winter. You know what I'm saying? So I want to bring in the winter gear, and I also want to give other fashion artists and clothing brands a chance from where I'm from to be able to put models and things of that nature on the runway and get their name out as well.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Got another one. Do we order your items online?
Absolutely. Don't say badwords.com. It's simple as that. And, I keep merch on me. You know what I'm saying? I keep it on me. You can always get it from me. It's cheaper if you get it off the streets. But online, they're going to hit you with the online fees, the taxes, all that, good stuff, the shipping. But I do pop-ups regularly too, not just shows where I'm performing it, but I actually do things just for Don't Say Bad Words pretty often.
That's dope. Staying in that vein, where do you draw inspirations for your collections of pieces? What does the inspiration come from for your creativity of clothing?
Man, me personally, man, I love. If you see the collection, it's a lot of bright colors.
I noticed that.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of bright colors, vibrant.
I like wearing bright colors, man. I love pastel colors. Just that, man. I wasn't best dressed in high school. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm a pretty fly guy. So I feel like if I put it on and they put it on, they're going to be fly too. I don't care who you is.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I want people to be able to feel like something. When you put on some clothes, a nice pair of clothes, nice pair of shoes, man, it makes you feel like something.
It do. I totally agree.
And I draw inspiration, and I want when I say I want to make something that I'm aware. I don't want to make nothing that I just want you to buy.
I totally agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then I'm not one of those fashion designers who make clothes for certain people to be able to afford it.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? I make affordable clothing. You know, and it's quality. It's affordable, and I may be cheating myself. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm not too big for God. I'm not too big for the common folk.
Yeah.
So I want to put the stain on people's brain. It's people who wear my clothes who have never met me, don't even know I do music.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Don't even realize that it's my face in the flower. You know what I'm saying? So like I just want, and then when they find out, it draws them to whatever else I do.
Yeah.
So I gotta put it down, put stains on brains. That's what I'm in. I want people to be able to see me without even seeing me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm around all the time. I want to be omnipresent. So you know, that's kind of where I draw my inspiration from. Big Bo, like, you know, we how we came up, FUBU, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the inspirations.
Yeah.
FUBU, of course, Sean John, you know what I'm saying? Rockaware. You know, Nietzsche, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I wanna, you know, just, you know, Nike, of course.
Yeah.
But just all those things. Jinko. You know what I'm saying? I
remember Jinko.
I used to wear Jinkos,
That's crazy.
man. You know, but yeah, like all the things that I came up into, man. I want my brand to be like that. You know what I'm saying? A staple in the community.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What message or feeling do you want people to experience when they do wear your merch or represent your brand? What message are you want to portray?
Man, for them,
yeah.
Okay, like
for them.
Nah, the message that I want to portray for them is you can be an individual, right? You can be who you are. What you put on is not you. Even though I make clothes for you to be fly, you can still be exactly who you are. Be beautiful as you are, handsome as you can be.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you wearing what I got on because I styled you.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? Because I styled you, man. That's the message, man. Like I'm who I am. You know, even though I got clothes on right now, I'm who I am, and I'm an expression. I'm an expression of everything around me. Most of the things that you see, like the give someone a flower before tomorrow. On the back of it, it says, "I got my flowers while I was here."
That's so powerful, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because there's a lot of flower giving going on, and a lot of people speak on not being able to give people their flowers. A lot, but sometimes those people who receive flowers got to let folks know, man, thank you. Thank you for sharing with me and giving me my flowers.
Right.
You know, I receive my flowers 10 times over, whether it be through the smile I put on my daughter's face. You know what I'm saying? Like people that's is not as grand a scale as we want it to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's the simplistic things. You know what I'm saying? Simplicity is key. Like most of my merch is simple. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like the simplest stuff be the flyest stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about that.
Let's make a pivot, man.
For sure.
You mentioned, well, she's here to the left of you, your lovely
Absolutely.
wife. Just kind of share how much of an impact she's had in your journey and going from there in music and just your creative and just supporting you.
Man, belief, one word.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just to believe in me. You know, to let me know that I believe in you. That makes me wake up to chase after this continuously. Like I've turned it into a career, but at one point in time it was a dream. It's still a dream. I still have dreams and goals that I want to accomplish, right? But just her just believing in me, like it made me work hard. It made me want to go get it. Go get everything that she want. Go get, you know what I'm saying, get into a position where I got a car she can't even max out. She can get anything she want to get. You know what I'm saying? So like just, you know, and then even when she lets me know about certain records, like Mars is, we came up with Mars in 2015.
Wow.
You know, and she would tell me, if I was your manager, I'd make you put Mars out. You know what I'm saying? Like, telling me, you know, let me know, like, You know, she can be my toughest critic sometimes too. Like, why you sitting on all this good music?
Wow.
You know, that even just, you know, I hadn't put out a full body of work since Cricket Straight Conversations in 2016. I've done EPs and singles up until while I was here.
Yeah.
So, you know, just that, man.
Yeah.
Just being in my back and my front. Whenever I am in need, she's the first person I call. You know what I'm saying? Her being able to be that for me, man. I love her for that.
Facts. I can agree with that. You know, me being married as well, 12 years, 14 together. So that word that you just mentioned, belief, is definitely something that I receive as well from, you know, my wife. Because, you know, as men, I say this all the time, man, like we're taught to be Superman, but we're never taught to be Clark Kent, if that makes sense.
Come on.
We're never taught to be human. We're never taught to show emotion or express ourselves. And so to have our wives by our side to push us, to motivate us, but also to critique.
Absolutely.
Because we need that. And so, I definitely applaud,
man,
y'all rocking.
It brings me down to earth.
Yeah.
Like you said, we taught to be Superman, but not Clark Kent. Her allowing me to be Clark Kent. A lot of times you look at what's going on social media, women are being taught to go after Superman only. So that's gonna possibly leave them single for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But for like, you know, all of this 50-50, you know what I'm saying? This, that, like, nah, man, that's not how it goes.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's certain things that are being brought to the table that you can't scale through finances.
Whew.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like,
sir.
How you come together, and another thing, not outside of belief, how I'm able to have a builder on side of me create a foundation.
Yeah, foundation. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got 2 children, a son and a daughter, that we hope to leave an impactful legacy to.
Facts.
You know, not forcing greatness upon them, though. I tell them I want them to be great. I want them to seek out greatness, but to be able to have somebody that you can build with, to leave something, and then that they can keep building on. It's amazing, man.
It's amazing, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just outside of me being a musician, like, that's what's key. Like, I don't even have to do music. You know what I'm saying? I can be, that's what I do. Like, I don't do what the common rap, I guess what people would think the regular rapper do. No, I kick it with the fam. I love being in the position I am in. Even when I hit the main level, you know, mainstream level, they gonna be somewhere. You may not be able to see them, you know, because you're supposed to see me. This is my career.
Yeah.
But they gonna be, whether it be backstage, on side of the stage,
yeah.
You know, the green room, you know what I'm saying? They gonna be in the mix. You know, I don't like going places where I can't take my family with me. I was just in the spot the other night, man, in downtown Fort Worth. I don't know the name particularly, but it was a 21 and up spot. I had both my kids with me. They let me in. A lot of people don't know you can take your children with you in spots that are 21 and up as long as you with them.
Right.
Of course. And a lady was telling my daughter, there's no kids allowed. Like, you know, she walked off from me and her brother, and she was telling her. And so when my daughter walked back up to me, she told on the lady. She told on the lady, and then the lady tried to come over and apologize to us, and I let her know that very thing, ma'am. I don't want to be nowhere where my kids can't be.
Wow.
Just like you like listening, because it was a place where live music was playing. Just like you like listening to live music, my son wanted to come over here and hear this band.
Yeah.
He's the reason why we in here. He's just 4 years old.
Wow.
Luckily, they let us in so we could patronize and see what was going on. But yeah, man, I don't want to go nowhere with my family. I don't need to be nowhere with my family.
It can't be. That's so good.
You know what I'm saying? But nah, man. I'm a testament. I represent them every time I step out.
Facts.
But nah, she the greatest thing. My wife, great outside of my children, the greatest thing that ever happened to me.
I'm with it, 100%. As we put a wrap on the show, man, share with us While I Was Here, Volume 1.
While I Was Here, Volume 1, man.
That journey, man.
Man, it had so many meanings, man. I had to give you the basic one just to keep it simple.
Yeah.
Putting the music out while I'm here.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to leave it up to my old lady. I don't want to leave it up to my kids or my business partners to put no. If you know something was to happen and I was to go, you know, have an untimely demise, and I got all this work left on the table for somebody else to do with. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give these folks this music. And this ain't do nothing but open up the floodgates. I'm finna drop another one. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna drop another one. But
yes,
while I receive my flowers from my fans 10 times over. Like where I'm from, you know, they always say like you got to get out of your hometown to get support.
Yeah.
It's a lie for me. I lie if I say that. Like, man, my city, Henderson, Texas, small town or not, they supported me. Words say go. I'm like the prodigal son of the city almost. You know, I can't do no wrong in their eyes. You know, not just from the city of Henderson, but anywhere I've performed at, all over this country. You know what I'm saying? All over the state of Texas, even. Like, I've been received and I've been welcomed and I've been loved and I've been given my flowers 1,000,000 times over. Like, you know, just, you know, it takes a lot for somebody to want to buy your shirt from you. For somebody to come stand in front of you, don't know who you is, you ain't on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't know nothing about you, don't know nothing from you, the man in the moon, sit right there and look up at you, perform to them. Sometimes shed tears. Sometimes even when you tell them to say something, they said, and they said it at the top of their lungs. People don't got to do that.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But they've done that for me. And so I received my flowers while I was here.
I love it, bro.
So yeah, those are basically and then getting out the work, man. Out the certain records, like a few records on there, like though I have current records on there. And the beauty of it is a lot of people wouldn't even know. Like, I Feel It, I just dropped a music video called I Feel It. That joint, we made that in 2016.
I was just listening to that.
DJ's been hitting me up for that. Like, let me get the dirty version and the clean version of I Feel It, man. I want to spin that at the club this Saturday. I'm like, man, that's a blessing, man. Like, you know, this is man, I created this years ago, you know what I'm saying? But to be able to, that lets me know my music is timeless. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like, why, even though, you know, when you look at while I was here, it's present tense, right? And but it's forever, you know what I'm saying? Omnipresent. I wanna be around everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
So
love it,
like
bro.
while I was here, man, it's out right now exclusively on shoosmcgee.com. Make sure you go get that. And also don't say badwords.com if you misspell Shoes McGee. You know what I'm saying? But it's not shoes like on your feet. It's shoes, but like the word choose, but with the S.
Shoes. Wow.
Yeah. Shoes McGee, man. Shoosmcgee.com. While I was here, I know y'all gonna love it. It's a volume 1, so I look to drop another one to it. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you, brother, man.
I
Today was good, my guy.
I appreciate you having me. When you hit me and you was like, man, I want to do you an interview in the library, man. I was like, man, an interview in the library.
We turn up here, bro.
For real. This is my first. It's a first time for everything. This is my favorite library in the whole world. I've been to a lot of libraries too, a lot of dope ones, man. But ain't none doper than this, man. What y'all doing? And basically in the community.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Man, bro.
Yeah.
It's amazing, man. I appreciate y'all for doing it.
No problem. We'll have you back soon, man.
Me for sure.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Y'all know what it is. My boy Shoose McGee. Had him on the show today. Today was great. Ordinary Conversations with Extraordinary People with your host, Willie Beeman. We will be back next Wednesday at 12 p.m. to close out the show with the city manager of Everman, Mr. Craig Spencer. Y'all don't want to miss it. Peace.